This demonstration will give you a glimpse of how Timberline Office helps overcome the key business issues you face every day. What we're looking at here is the Timberline Office basically drive the software from. On the left-hand side of the screen here, you'll see different task lists and different favorites I work with. On the right-hand side over here, you see my favorite report. So when I launch my Timberline desktop, my favorite report comes up along with my list of tasks that I've commonly performed. So as the president of this company, there's a bunch of different tasks that I do. I do estimating, purchasing, job costing, RFIs, transmittals, etc. But in addition to doing that, I also on occasion fill in to the accounts payable clerk. So I also have a list of tasks in the accounts payable that I also do. What this allows us to do is actually pick and choose each individual task from an application within Timberline and bring it to a desktop. This allows us to sort of direct the desktop that our accounts payable clerk or payroll clerk may have, or allows us to give them the access or not give them the access. In addition to Timberline applications here, we can also launch other software that is non-Timberline, such as Word or Excel or other modules such as that. We can also have web links. It's very easy to set up your own. If I want to set up a new one, I just click on Add New Group. I define what I want to call this group, and it's set up as a new group on my favorite list. So let's go into what Doug does in his normal course of business. One of there's going to be a little pause right there. Things that Doug does is perform estimating takeoff. So when Doug wants to perform estimating takeoff, he clicks on his estimating button, and his estimating software pops up. So this is the Timberline estimating solution. This is a spreadsheet with a database behind the spreadsheet. One of the most common ways that we get information into our spreadsheet is to go in and pull out items. So I can come into say low voltage distribution, double click an item, and get that into my estimate. I also can do this via assembly. Let me pull up one of our assemblies here and show you some of the things that we've done there. In this particular assembly, this is a list of all the items that go with that assembly, and here's a quantification of those items. As I click on each item, it will prompt me or help the user make decisions to answer that question. So picking out items through the quick takeoff or using the assembly takeoff is the way we generate items into this estimate. We can also then print out proposals. I can come in here, here's my totals. This is the cost. This is what I'm presenting. Come into my reports, the header, the footer. We have usually definable fields that you can put down the middle. Next page, here's all my detail. As you can see, what I show here as my number is my marked up number. I also have other reports that will detail out all these sections. This is our proposal. We also then can send the list of materials to our buyout module. So one of the other things I can do here, obviously, is click on my buyout. My buyout module comes up. I can then take all the information from that estimate and bring it into my buyout module. And this is where I get quotes from suppliers. So here's a list of items from my estimate. Here's my estimate quantity, my estimate price, my estimate amount. I've got one quote from Northwest Pump. Let's take a look at what this quote will look like. I'm going to preview this request for quote on the screen here. And this is a user-definable format. I want to show you what it looks like. So here's a list of materials I'm asking them to quote on. I can fax, email, or print this right from the screen. Barth Electric is one of the people I sent that to. When they send their quote back, I'll open the quote up. Let's say Barth just gave us a lump sum of $9,000. I'll automatically calculate based on my percentages the amounts for each of those items. I click OK. And now I have my estimate. I have Barth Electric's estimate, our quote, and Northwest Pump and Equipment's quote. I can then choose my supplier right from here do a right mouse button click, select that vendor, and then issue my purchase orders. My purchase orders then go over to the purchasing system, and let's go take a look at those. This is going to be an inquiry, and inquiries are on-screen lookups. Here's a list of all my jobs, and this is my PO log. Let's take a look at the Thrift Mart. Double-click on that. Here's the supplier, the PO number, the description. Make this a little bit bigger for you. The original contract, any pending change orders, any approved change orders, revised, what they've invoiced us, and the amount paid. To find out any of the detail on this, I can double-click and drill down. If I see more information about this, double-click, drill down. Here's my vendor number, my invoice number, my description, my amount, any retainage, amount paid. Double-click and get down into the check number, the check date, and the amount. So it's very easy to access information through inquiries. Cancel brings me back up one level. I can cancel back up and look at other information, or I can close all the way out that inquiry. Other inquiries that we have, this is sort of a basic inquiry. You have the job ID, the description, total estimate, job and date cost, and remaining estimate. Let's take a look at one of our mechanical jobs here in the Cordova Middle School. Let's double-click on some of this information, get different phases of the job, descriptions, which are user-definable. These are also user-definable. The total estimate, the job cost to date, and remaining estimate. Double-click on any of this information, and you can start to drill down into the detail. So I've got labor burden, and these are all estimates. The actual costs relate to my material here. Double-click, drill down. I'm seeing my accounts payable transactions. So through the normal accounting functions of accounts payable, payroll, inventory, and purchasing, these numbers automatically appear. Let's drill down a little bit further. I'm getting down to my vendor number again, the invoice, the description, amount, any retainage, and any amount paid. Now, on this one here, we paid this $1,000, but we did not pay these two invoices. But as somebody who may work out in the field, I may not have the information I need here to know everything I want to know. For instance, I may want to know who the vendor name is. This is a vendor ID. Let's insert that vendor name. Very simple to do. Go to the AP vendor file, pull up the name, and insert it in. So now I can save this as my inquiry in how I look at information. I did not change the facts. The facts are I paid this one and I didn't pay these two. I just changed the other information I see along with it. And once again, I can drill down further and get into the check number, the check date, and the amount paid. So the inquiries are real easy to access information. You double-click, you drill down into the information. At any point in time, you can click on your print button and print out anything you see on the screen. We also have over 500 standard reports and inquiries that come with the system. What I'm going to show you next is actually a report. Now, when we enter our reports, we often can choose from a range. So in this particular range, I'm choosing the jobs I want to see on this report. And as you can see, they don't have to be jobs all in a row. So I select my range, I truly can select individual ones. I also can apply conditions on the fly. So any field in the system, any data field in the system can be used as a condition to sort any existing report. I can also make it a permanent condition or a permanent question that the system asks me before I try and run this report. All of our reports also preview to the screen. And all of our reports were also designed with our report designer or Crystal Report. So we can modify any existing design or create new designs. Very easy to do. This is one of our standard job cost reports in the system. You've got your original estimate, your approved changes, your total estimate, total committed, which would be your POs and subcontracts, remain to commit, job cost to date, and budget variance. You also can email any of these reports right from the screen. If I click on my send button, and then this will access my address book. There's a company-wide address book that goes throughout all of the modules. So whether you're in estimating, purchasing, accounting, project management, this is the same address book. The system automatically converts it to a PDF file. I also can add other attachments in the system, whether it be a Word or Excel or any other file I have out there. And I can click on my Send button, and it will send it right through your Microsoft Outlook system. Very powerful reporting features. We also have a Correspondence Log. Let's go into the Correspondence Log and show you some of the features in there. And this is a project management tool. This allows people within the company, when they're not in Timberline, to add something to a project. We can sort by date, or by status, by due by urgency, etc. There's also a variety of other columns that we can decide to show or not show. Let's double click on this one right here. When I double click on this, this is actually going to open up Excel, because what is attached here to this correspondence log is an Excel document. So when we're in Excel, when we're in Word, or in our email system, Outlook, we can also attach information to a job inside of Timberline. Let's pull up this spreadsheet here. And let's also go in and start, let me pull up a new file. I'll just pull up a generic purchase order here. And let's attach this to the log in Timberline. Because I have multiple sets of data here, it's going to ask me which data I want to assign this to. It's going to be my construction service. And what's going to pop up is a drop-down list for me to identify what job this should go to. So I can say this is for Cordova Middle School, who it's from, who I sent it to, who we copied, what the subject is, any comments, the status, when it's due, urgency, etc. And then all this information, even though I'm not in Timberline in an Excel document, all this information will be available to me when I'm in the project management module. So picture this, you get an email that somebody sent to you that has to do with a project in Timberline. You can click on Add to Log within your email system and automatically add that to a job in Timberline. We'll close this back down, and we're back at the correspondence log. This here, I believe, is a Word document. So I click on that, and it's going to pull up Microsoft Word. It's going to pull up that document that I attached to this project in Timberline. All right, we'll close that. On the other side of the business, we may have, obviously, a service department. Let's go into the service management module and walk through some of the features and functionality that can help you run your business there. This is a list of all my service locations. If I get a call in, phone rings, I don't see my service location listed, I just click on New, and I need to add about 3 pieces of information, and I can automatically set them up as a new service location. I can also search by address. I can search by phone number. I can search by employer technician assigned to that location. I can search by accounts receivable customer. I can also search by job. So obviously, I have jobs that I may send out my service people to do startups, etc. Let's look at one of these accounts. Let's look at Allstate University. I double-click on that location, it automatically pops up their accounts receivable balance and a complete history of all the work that we've done out there. So the type of call, the problem, whether it was a callback or a warranty, and these are all user-definable lists, of course. We have a list of equipment that's out there. Equipment can have preventive maintenance tied to it. It can be, well, I'll show you here real quick. The part number, equipment type, warranty information, preventive maintenance tasks, so a schedule of when we're going to be out there. So this one will be out there the last Friday of these months. And then work orders are automatically generate for that. Contracts, a list of all my invoices that back up my balance there, my lead information, and any notes such as property access. So when I generate a work order for this property or for this location, this note can appear on that work order. Let's go ahead and generate a new work order. We'll walk through this. This is very quick and easy. All my information defaults in. I click on Next. Type a call of service, call date, equipment to service. This is a list of all the equipment out there, a list of the contracts. The only thing I have to identify here is the problem. We'll say it's no cooling. I can type in customer comments here. This is the billing method. I can click on the type of functions I want them to perform out there. This is a list of to-dos for them. And then let's go ahead and preview this to the screen. So this is a work order that we generated in just a few seconds. This work order that can then be dispatched via a text messaging. We also have PDA devices, a variety of different ways to get the information out to the field. We automatically assign a work order number. Here's your mapping coordinates if you're using a mapping book. Call type, problem code, estimated number of hours, schedule time, any customer comments, access. Also looks like they need to have a check ready for us, and a list of things to do. So this work order is now sitting on my dispatch board. Let's go to my dispatch board. Here it is right here. Let's take it and schedule it over to Jeff. When I try to assign it to Jeff, it tells me that the skill level Jeff has is not qualified to solve this problem. I can then assign it to somebody else, or I can say, let's go ahead and bypass this, assign it to Jeff, and page Jeff and let him know that he has a call. So the paging script that I've defined as a user is I want the work order number, the location, the address, the state, the city, the type of call, the problem code, and a little reminder about how we do business. Click on Finish, turns it to a light blue. Jeff gives us a call back, lets us know he's on the way. So we click on the travel button. He calls us when he gets there, clicks on green. Later on, he returns his work information to us so that we can come into the system, go to the register, fill in the labor, the parts, etc., and create our invoice and do our billing. Let's look at this real quick. We've got regular hours. Let's say he actually worked 2 hours. Then we're going to bill for 2. He worked 3 hours here. And we're going to bill for 1. And let's go ahead and create our invoice. So from starting the work order to creating the invoice, very easy to do. We can put notes in here. Let's preview this. And this is, again, a user-defined format. You can put in your company logos up here, which most people do. And there's your invoice total. So no matter if you're working with large construction jobs, new construction, or you're managing your service side of your business, Timberline has a solution that fits all of that and more. And of course, the service and the construction is completely integrated with the accounting system. Now that you've seen how Timberline Office can help you streamline work and build your business, we encourage you to contact a Timberline representative for additional information or to arrange an on-site software demonstration.